Slow seasons do not destroy people. What destroys people? Bad decisions that are made during the slow season. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Taj, the rapping detailer, and I'm back at you once again with another video. So today we're going to talk about how to think clearly during slow seasons and why calm people always win. Alright? So listen, slow seasons do not destroy people. What destroys people? Bad decisions that are made during the slow season. See, most people don't even realize they're making these bad decisions until later. And no, this is not about failure. This is how you interpret the quiet moments. Alright? So, every slow season triggers self-doubt. Okay, now I've had these slow seasons before as a mobile detailer. I've been doing this for about 7 years now, and solely with vehicles for about 4 years, going on 5 years. So I've had these self-doubts triggered at the beginning when I wasn't really generating a lot of revenue. And every year I always have to deal with the winter. And if you look outside today, there's a whole lot of snow outside. And not to mention, going into this week, we have temperatures like 16 degrees during the day and 2 degrees at night. So you know, self-doubt has been something that I've been battling with lately, because I'm like, did I choose the wrong career? How am I going to get through this next 2 weeks without doing any detailing? How's this going to work? You know, people start questioning their plans. People start questioning their worth. Like, am I really worthy to do this next 2 weeks in quarantine? Or do these next 2 weeks having to do something else when all I'm used to doing is detailing? People start to question their direction, which way they were going in life, what we're going to do next, how we're going to do it. And for me, I think the biggest fear is not only thinking that I've chosen the wrong direction, but also if I wanted to go another direction, is starting over. Okay? So, you know, all of these things really start to run through your mind during the slow season, and you have to figure out a way to get up out of that. And I'm going to share some things with you that are helping me along this journey. Okay, but what's really happening? You know, it's really a combination of fatigue and friction. All right, you know, for me, I'm so used to running and taking care of things every single day, jobs coming in every single day, and when that type of thing stops, or when it halts or slows down, then you have to adjust. And you know, luckily I've been on a streak over the last 12 months to where as though I'm able to reflect and be introspective and to help my case in order to have a better year this year when the spring season pops off, right? So what's really happening is there's a combination of fatigue and friction clashing together, which causes a lot of stress. Your mind gets distorted. The perception that you have it starts to go haywire. So, like, I'm not really used to getting a lot of sleep either. So, when you have all these things going on at one time, then it can cause your mind to be tired, and your mind starts to create all kinds of lies, and these lies get really loud. Okay, but here's where the shift happens. All right, because just because things slow down, that doesn't mean that things are wrong. Being slow in the system is just a test. It's a system test, right? Winter exposes a lot of things. It exposes weak habits. It exposes bad planning. It exposes emotional decision making. And what it's helping me to do is to tighten up those loose ends, so that coming back around when we have another bad winter or cold winter, or something that's going to put things into a halt, you start to create systems so that won't happen anymore. Or you start to create a revenue stack so that you can go on vacation. There's different options. So here's what you need to ask yourself when things like this happen. Can you stay disciplined without applause? Can you maintain your standards when momentum is invisible? All right. Now, here's where the power comes in. Let's talk about the power dynamic. The power dynamic. Let's get it. So, emotional people chase relief. Okay? And I'm not trying to act like I haven't chased relief when my emotions start running crazy or any of that. But when you're emotional, you start to chase relief, and chasing these things to relieve your pain really can put you in a block, a state where you're stagnant. And I want you to understand that when you're calm, you start to think long terms. If you're not calm, the panic in you creates all these short-term fixes, and they have long-term damage. You understand? So, what we want to do in these moments is to be super calm. You want to be grounded. You don't want to be loud. You can even go on the offense. Like, at this moment, while things are slow, I'm going on the offense to create more content, which is something that I really love to do, something I've been doing for a long time in spurts. And when I actually have time to sit down and do it, I think I'm pretty good at doing it. So, I wanted to bring you this message to help you to stay grounded and to be more effective. Think about being effective and creating efficient systems, rather than just being busy and just making your mind run 100 miles a minute. You checking Facebook, then going back to work, you laying your time or your attention thin over all of these things, rather than just setting time blocks and focusing on tasks step by step, so that you can get the essentials done within the systems that you're trying to create. Right? You want to be more intentional rather than reactive, because when you're reactive rather than responding, then it creates more stress, more panic, more things that are going to make your nervous system react in a way that could be more detrimental down the long term. So, being calm is not being passive. What we want to be is more control, right? So, this is what we do in the slow seasons. Here are some real tools that you can do so you can build up confidence and trust within yourself and also within the people that you serve, right? So let's talk about the non-negotiables. The non-negotiables, things that you should never argue about, things that you should never compromise, things that you must do on top of your priority list, okay? You have to protect your nervous system, meaning getting good sleep, right? I can't tell you how many times I run around during the day and I don't get good sleep because my mind is super busy. But when it's time to sleep, I'm out like a light. So, I'm taking this time to actually rest, to sleep. And another thing that you want to do to protect your nervous system is to get some good nutrition, some good food. You understand? Me, as a plant-based eater, I'm always eating plants, fruits, vegetables, grains, things like that. So I don't necessarily intake a lot of processed foods, but I do eat, every now and again I might eat some junk food, every now and again, but it's all plant-based. So I think all of these things, sleep, food, they help your nervous system to regulate so that you won't be so anxious, so you won't run into that anxiety wall. Another thing that you can do to protect your nervous system is to move. You need movement in your life. Now, as an avid gym goer, I'm in the gym all the time, and if I think that if I wasn't in the gym like I'm in the gym, then I think not only would I be out of shape, but I wouldn't have an outlet in order to decompress, in order to let out these stresses when I'm pushing up these barbells and dumbbells and running on a treadmill and doing ab wheels and doing pulls and pull-ups and squats and deadlifts. All of this stuff helps you to get all of this trash out of your body, and it helps you to sculpt a nice looking body as well. So and one more thing that you can do to protect your nervous system is to practice warmth, practice love, practice self-care, meaning to do things like dress nice, and also do things like tell the people you have around you that you care about them and that you appreciate them. Show warmth to your neighbor, show warmth to the people at the grocery store, the people who you're walking in passing, you see in passing, and you might want to give them a nod or say hello or ask them how they're doing. All these things will help you to soothe your soul, to not be so frantic, to not think that the world is against you. So we have to do these things so when these slow seasons come, we won't think that it's the end of the world, right? And let's separate the planning from the execution, because there's a planning part, things that you have to outline and things that you have to strategically put in place, saying that you're going to do this. But there's another part of the game about taking action on these plans, because it's so easy to say what you're going to do. It's another thing to go out here and actually be disciplined and committed to do that, and you have to know that not every single day of these slow seasons need output, unless you're just insane with it, a psychopath on your trajectory of growth, right? There's nothing wrong with it. You can go and ball out every single day, but I'm saying you can also take your time as long as you're consistent with the commitment, right? Some days are for structure, Some days are just for laying back, reading, getting your mind right. It's really, all of it's about mindset. I heard a guy, I forget his name, he said that knowledge is different from mindset. You can get all of this knowledge from books and ChatGPT, Google, the internet, encyclopedias. You can get all the knowledge, but unless you go ahead and actually change your mindset, then it's going to be harder for you to get to your destination. Okay, so if you can learn to change your mindset, really, I think mindset changing happens through challenge. And when you're challenged, you learn to think outside the box, you learn to grow, you learn to push. That pain just does something to your soul, to where as though your mind is like, all right, I'm never gonna do this mistake again or that mistake again. You kind of have to go out here and mess up so that you can change your mindset and develop more wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So there's another part of it to where as though you have to stay visible without necessarily selling yourself. Now, I know my old mentor, shout out to Dave Anderson, he would probably tell me to sell all the time. He's the man. But I'll say presence beats pressure every single time. If you're present, if you're showing up, if you're delivering, then you won't necessarily be so under the gun to make a sales quota, if you know what I'm saying. Consistency beats urgency all the time, every single time. If you're showing up every single day, you don't have to wait until the last day to make up for lost time. And that's what I'm practically saying. Preparation beats panic every single time. So to the people who win in the springtime, people who are not planning on quitting in the winter, not overreacting, not abandoning their discipline, I just want you to know that being calm is not the same as being passive. Being calm is being controlled, and control compounds. It compounds to the point where your consistency allows you to stand tall and to excel when the busy time comes. And it's coming. Believe that. Believe that. So yeah, fam, this is what you can do when the slow seasons come. I just want you to remember that being prepared eliminates fear, and being aware makes everything clear. Hey, make sure y'all go to whatever platform y'all listen to music, look up The Rapping Detailer. I dropped 2 songs at the end of last year. One of them, Wax and Travel, and the other one is Twinkle. And I'll be dropping some new music soon, and also giving you some great content. So this is The Rapping Detailer, and I'm out of here. Peace.